Jane and Rashad, I have to tell you, the 38th annual Greek Festival, and each and every year, this festival does it right. The food, the music, the atmosphere, even with a little bit of rain coming down every once in a while, people are still filing in here to enjoy all things Greek.
Yep, everybody's been comfortable. There are plenty of tents. People bring umbrellas. It's been just fine. But you know, with everything going on here, it would be a mistake not to check out the cathedral, which is a beautiful building. Let's show you the inside. There are icons, which are paintings that show the theology of the religion. There are also mosaics, which you see here. That is all mosaic, and there are 1 million mosaic pieces behind the altar alone. And within the dome of the cathedral, nearly that many more there as well. Joining us is Father Minas, and Father, you just finished giving a tour of the church. What interests people the most when they see this beautiful cathedral?
The people are interested in the mosaics, as you just mentioned, but also what is behind the icon screen. The iconostasis that connects the faithful with the sacrament, the Holy Eucharist. And people want to know, what are these icons? How are they selected? They want to know, what is the wood? What is it made out of? How was it carved? How was it made? How was it brought here? When was it brought here? How old is the cathedral?
And so much attention has been paid to all the details of the mosaics and the wood and the paintings.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually part of our outreach as well. It's not just to come and see the beauty. It's also an introduction to Orthodoxy for those who are interested in the faith, for those who are interested in coming to our church. And of course, we're open to everybody to come and visit us and to participate in the service up to a certain point. But we are there, yes.
And this cathedral is part of the fabric of the city of Greenville.
It's the center point. I think if you look at a map, I think the cathedral is in the dead center of the city of Greenville.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, you're out here. You see the people, the crowd, the food. What goes through your mind? Because I see you smiling.
For me, it's pride of our Greek heritage and our culture and where we come from in Greece. I am of Greek descent from the island of Karpathos. So it is a sense of pride and joy when I am at a Greek festival because I resonate with the culture, the heritage, and all that is being portrayed, the faith, everything.
And this is your first Greek festival as a priest here?
Yes, I was assigned here by the Metropolis of Atlanta on November the 5th. My ordination took place in this cathedral, and I worked together with Father Tom Pistolis, the Dean of the Cathedral, and the Parish Council, and of course, Deacon Charles Joyner.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, so we want to give you information if you want to come down. The festival's going all weekend long, today until 9 p.m., Saturday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And there is food, there is music, there's dancing, $3 admission, clear bag policy, and believe it or not, there is plenty of parking down here.
There is.
You might see some streets closed off, but there is plenty of parking. The Richardson Street garage is the nearest. But come and have a little bit of Greece in the middle of Greenville.
Yes. Back to you in the studio.